Oh, oh. Yeah, so the Twitch stream is working. Let's see the YouTube one. Let's see if the YouTube stream is working. Where is that supposed to appear? Home tab? Ah, test. Oh, oh, yeah, nice, it works. All right, everything works. Good. Let's whatever. I made a playlist of songs from Cyberpunk and a few of them from Witcher. The playlist is not finished. There are right now 20 songs from the main soundtrack, from both, as I said, Cyberpunk and Witcher. In the future, I'll post or I'll add more songs from both of these games, especially songs from Cyberpunk. Mainly because I did not add more of them, mainly because I wasn't sure about if I am allowed to use them. Either way, I know that these ones are for sure. Okay, let's see how it sounds. It's probably all great, though. Maybe. All right. Let's lower this a bit. Okay. Maybe a bit more, or I don't know. Let me test it. Twitch is the first time I'm ever double streaming or ever double streaming or ever. Yeah, it sounds all right, I think. Okay, I'll just base it off of other people if they want to engage with the chat, but I think it sounds pretty nice. Now, the subject of today's stream, very, very important. Let me pop up this, put it here. All right, and now we can start the actual stream, because this one is gonna be extremely important, to me at least, because this stream is about the community and only the community. Honestly, I was very surprised by the amount of votes I received on all of these posts I made. In case you're wondering what I'm talking about, these are posts made on the post category Hey Any West. So again, these are posts made on the post category here on my YouTube channel, and people can vote. So these are image polls. So these are image polls where I added some images with a question, and again people can vote, and so they did a bunch of votes. For example, we'll start with the first question right here. Which character's story would you like to see expanded? 12,000 votes, which is crazy in my opinion. I've never gotten so many votes ever on any stream, and if you look to check the other questions I asked in the past, most of them did not receive that many votes. Suddenly, people are interested in the Cyberpunk content, so let's go. Okay, gotta go. First time catching stream, need to ask this question. Ask away. So, first question of the community. Favorite ending for base game and Phantom Liberty? Oh, that's a tough question, not gonna lie. I think... Okay, this is gonna be an unpopular opinion, but I like the Phantom Liberty ending. The reason why, I have a reason. I mainly play without cyberware. I almost never install any cyberware, and that's one of the main things you lose with the Phantom Liberty ending. Of course, you can also lose your friendships and whatnot, but mainly the cyberware. Victor, by the way, is still your friend. Then, of course, you also have the potential to work with Reed at Langley. So yeah, in my opinion, it's a good ending. Again, unpopular opinion. So for this question, most people voted that they would like to see Songbird's story expanded. Now, one thing many people probably don't know is, let me show it to you. So we have additional, yes, this. So we have this comic right, okay, I lost it. Again, we have this comic right here, which is called, what's it called? Ah yes, Ten of Swords. This comic is called Ten of Swords, and it sort of expands the story for Reed and for Songbird, because it's what happens before the opening cinematic of Phantom Liberty, because you all know, let me pull it up or something, I don't know. Alright. Phantom Liberty cinematic. This one right here. This cinematic. The comic portrays the events that happen before that cinematic, and in my opinion, that's pretty cool. So if you want to read the comic, you can go ahead and do it. Okay, let's read the top comment for this post. Okay, Kurt has the coolest backstory, a soldier forgotten by his country who carved out his own section of NC to build up his own sovereign territory and PMC, that's private military, all while spitting in the face of NC and the NUSA itself. Plus, his voice acting is incredible. He sounds so calculated and cold, every conversation leaves you wanting more. That's actually true. The voice acting, this guy did a phenomenal job in my opinion, and I believe I have a question related to voice acting, but I did not add Kurt Hansen for reasons. We'll get to that in a moment. So yeah, in my opinion, Kurt Hansen's story deserves some sort of expansion through comics maybe, because the game is finished as it is. So yeah, the game is done and dusted, okay. Moving on, the next question. If you could romance one Phantom Liberty character, Aurora Cassell, Rosalind Myers, Alex, and Songbird. Now, the thing is, and probably many people are questioning, why did I add Rosalind Myers? It's because of this dialogue option between V and Rosalind. As you can see, buy me a nice dinner sometime. So yeah, there is the option to flirt with the president, and that's the reason why I added her. I did not expect many people to vote for her, but as you can see, 3% of 11,000 people decided to go for her. So again, thank you to whoever decided to vote, 11,000 people, the same goes for the previous question. And this one, Aurora Cassell, not surprising at all, Songbird, second place, and Alex. Moving on. If you had to choose a side, who would you pick? Rosalind Myers or Kurt Hansen? Honestly, I am not surprised by this result. Kurt Hansen, 79%. Many people hated what Rosalind Myers did to Songbird, and for good reason, let's be honest. And there is this whole idea of expanding Kurt Hansen's lore, so yeah, that's why many people voted for him in my opinion. I'm convinced the NUSA disabled these cyberware capabilities on purpose because they didn't want to risk another Songbird situation. I have seen this theory before, and in my opinion, it is a very, very cool one. I believe that for 2 years, they definitely studied the relic. I think it would be a missed opportunity if they didn't. It's simply how it is. 2 years. It's probably at one point even an induced coma for V, because they need more time to study it, probably. And not only the relic, but V as well. Why was V able to have so many cyberware items. Realistically, from a lore perspective, I believe V is considered to be extremely cybered up, right? So they probably studied that as well. Now, Hansen at least doesn't pretend to be the good guy. He knows he's evil and flaunts it. Myers will say she's good, then go, no rush on an entire spaceport full of civilians for Somi. Yeah, that's actually true. Hansen because I support small businesses. I don't know how small his business is, but then again. Now this one surprised me a lot. I'm in the minority here because I would have voted for Weldon Holt. Who would you vote for as Night City mayor? I would have voted for Weldon Holt for one reason alone. Jefferson Perales is mind controlled by AI. Mr. Blue Eyes will have Songbird and Jefferson Perales. In what world would I give him 2 wins, 2 massive wins, and possibly a third one if we consider that ending for Cyberpunk? We have the ending of when V attacks the Crystal Palace because it's a job given by Mr. Blue Eyes. So yeah, I would have voted for Weldon Holt. He is owned by Arasaka, yes, that's true. But then again, it seems like he has some freedom, because from what I can see, he is allowed to. They allow him to basically strike a deal with them many times. First time with Mayor Ryan, we can see that in the hotel in Konpeki, at Konpeki, and another time at Kurt Hansen's party. He basically strikes a deal with them, so he has some freedom, unlike Jefferson. That's why I would vote for them, for Weldon. AI brainwashed Perales becomes a better, nicer person and does a lot to reduce corpo influence in NC. I don't know if that's the case. Not really. Bold of you to assume I'm voting. Bold of you to assume I'm voting in Night City. Yeah, that's probably the case for many people. Moving on, the next one. Coolest boss fight. 12,000 votes. Thank you again to whoever decided to vote. Very, very cool stuff. Now the thing is, I am in the minority here as well. Kurt Hansen, that would be my vote. Why is that? We all know that in Cyberpunk, the biggest, let's say, enemy to V are cutscenes. Anywhere else, V is an unstoppable killing machine, but in cutscenes, V is very mortal. Kurt Hansen, the fight with Kurt Hansen, has cutscenes where he attacks V and pierces V's hand with the dagger, with the knife, right? So that to me is an incredibly cool thing to add to a boss fight. Adam Smasher is also a fight I like. I mean, I like all of these. Adam Smasher, his fight is much better after Edge Runners because he has the Sandevisten effect. Previously, he did not have the effect, you know, the fade effect of using the Sandevisten. But the thing is, he's still weak. He's still a weak fight. I believe they should consider buffing Adam Smasher in a future update if they want to release another one. But that's probably only me. Oda is also a great fight. The first time I played it, I was losing my mind. I thought it was such a cool entrance, and you can see it right here in the GIF. Really cool. The Chimera, this GIF, I have it from a video made by CD Projekt Red. Maybe I can show part of it right here. So, we have this video where they showcased their gear. There was something else. Ah yes, there was also a board game. But basically, this is the video where they showcased the CD Projekt Red gear, the Chimera, and that's from where I took the GIF. I made the GIF from that. Let's see what people have to say about that. Chimera, because based on whichever hand weapon cyberware you have, your animation is different when you remove the core. That's true. If you have the gorilla arms, I believe you punch it. If you have the mantis blades, you impale it. And with normal arms, I believe you throw the grenade and that's it. Hot take, but I really like Kurt Hansen's fight. The build up, the character, and especially the music is so good. That's also another fact I forgot to mention. The music during that fight, 10 out of 10, easily. Cerberus in the Cynosure deserves to be mentioned too. Yeah, you could say that's an impossible boss fight, as in you cannot shoot it with bullets, you have to maneuver your way across the lab, right, to escape it. Kurt felt the most chest to chest of all the fights. Oda spends half the fight running around wearing up optical camo. Funny enough, the song that plays right now on stream, I'm not sure if the levels are good enough, that's Oda's fight, Cyber Ninja, right? Smasher loves volleys of missiles and sends half of Arasaka Tower's guard detailed too. Kurt just brought two easy to dispose of goons and then it's you and him. Yep, that is mega true. Now again, something I did not mention yet, but there are no wrong answers. I mean, these are opinions, each opinion is expected for you to have, right? I'm not gonna cancel one opinion or the other. Okay, so that's the... Oh, we still have the music, but now we have a 1v1 between Kurt Hansen and Solomon Reed. Ooh. Kurt Hansen wins after 8,700 votes. Thank you to whoever decided to vote. Now the thing is, I also agree with this. Kurt Hansen 100% wins. And mainly because Reed is out of his prime, I would say. I don't know how good he is in his prime. Reed only wins if he gets a cinematic cutscene that disables all of his opponent's cyberware. Reed is not a solo, he's an agent. He only wins if he gets a drop from a stealth attack. Yeah. Reed would outsmart Hansen, I think. Can't win in a head-to-head fight, but with the right timing, I bet on him. Outsmarting? Kurt Hansen is extremely smart. Reed only wins if the fight takes place inside of the elevator. That's funny. So Kurt Hansen wins based on what people have to say about it. Now another opinion I've seen throughout this comment section, because yes, I read most of the comments for which I get a notification. These are the notification, and I read all of those comments. There was a comment saying that Solomon Reed is on par with Morgan Blackhand. But that's not the case. Or at least we don't have a confirmation for that. Unless the creator mentioned it at one point and I'm forgetting, but the line where Solomon Reed mentions Morgan Blackhand, he mentions that V is not on that level, so he doesn't need backup to take care of V, right? That's basically how that line is used. Okay, moving on. Which story did you enjoy more? Phantom Liberty or Cyberpunk, the main story? 20,000 votes. That's so many. And we have the top comment saying, that's like saying, do you wanna have just dinner or just dessert? Sure, you can finish the main story without touching Phantom Liberty, but doesn't playing it just makes everything better? Yes, I agree, and I even responded to this saying, absolutely it does, you're 100% right on that, but after eating both dinner and dessert, you can say which one you enjoyed more. I mean, it's simply how it is. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but that's how I see it. In my personal experience, there are occasions where the dinner is better than the dessert, other times the dessert is absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's how I see it. I enjoy both the main story and also the Phantom Liberty story. I would like to say that I prefer the Phantom Liberty because of the idea of the black wall. That is fascinating to me. The black wall is much more present in the expansion compared to the main story, I would say. As in someone who goes beyond the black wall and uses the power of the rogue AI. Sure, we do use the power of the rogue AI or the AI from beyond the black wall through alt, but someone who's just like V introduced in Phantom Liberty as in dying. Now that to me is pretty cool, especially in addition to the black wall. That's why I would say it's probably more enjoyable to me. And I like spy stories. Spy stories are pretty interesting. Okay, moving on. Favorite voice acting performance? This is the question I mentioned earlier, I referenced in the beginning of the stream, where I said that I did not introduce Kurt Hansen. Maybe I should have. Instead of Alex, I wanted to do that. I wanted to introduce Kurt Hansen instead of Alex, but I knew that many people like Alex. Apparently she's not as favored in the voice acting department. I mean, sure, Idris Elba, he is fantastic and absolutely deserves the top spot, maybe. I mean, based on what the people have to say. Songbird, I recently played the ending or the scene where Songbird begs V to end her life, and I thought her voice acting was phenomenal. Absolutely amazing. Now, I don't really have a preference because what do I know about voice acting, and that's how I as in, if they make me say wow, then yeah, that's amazing. If they make me say wow. If I hear that they do not care about the voice acting, then yeah, I can say it's pretty bad. Going for Idris because I appreciate how these huge mainstream dudes, Keanu and Idris, took the role of a video game character, treated it like an actual performance instead of just half-hearted reading some lines of the script. Yeah, that's what I was saying. They really cared about their performance, and it wasn't like like they were just reading the script. It was really amazing. Okay, something else I want to check on YouTube. Maybe I can see it. The stream, that's what I want to check. Because I have some doubts. Ah, interesting. Okay, moving on. So, as I was saying, pretty much deserved. 14,000 votes. Thank you to whoever decided to vote. And then moving on. Do you think Keanu Reeves, Johnny Silverhand's voice acting improved in Phantom Liberty? Still another question related to voice acting. I only asked this question because I've seen some people saying that his voice acting improved, so I was curious to see what other people would have to say. So after 18,000 votes, this many people believe that yes, his voice acting improved. A lot of people say Keanu was miscast, but he single-handedly convinced thousands of players to give up their bodies to him without much effort due to his charisma. That's one way to look at it. There is no difference. They gave his lines more depth and character. But are you really asking if Keanu improved on acting? So yeah, I responded to that. Again, it's a question I've seen other people ask. It's not that I necessarily think that his voice acting improved. For me, it's good. It's great in the base game. It's great in the expansion. I don't really have anything to say other than that. Maybe I had some opinions whenever the game was released, and I thought that Keanu Reeves was way too calm to play Johnny Silverhand, because I was basing it on the idea that he's kind of crazy, egotistic guy, terrorist, right? That's basically what he was categorized as by Hellman in that cutscene, in that scene with V and Hellman. So yeah, I thought at one point probably that there are options who are even crazier, but yeah, still a great performance nonetheless. Best fixer to work with. Now the question isn't best fixer, because I would have added Rogue. I added these four for best fixer to work with because these four fixers have the most amount of content. Mr. Hands, the most amount of votes. Not surprising. I am a bit surprised by the fact that El Capitan doesn't have more votes. He is my favorite, and I'm not saying that he should have more votes because he's my favorite, only because his voice acting or his acting, his personality is really cool in my opinion. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, this is how Mr. Hands used to look like. This is how he used to look like. I believe the story was that he worked for Petrochem. I don't know if that's still the case, but pretty cool in my opinion. Now, moving on. Have you played the racing questline, the one with Claire, you know? And honestly, I'm surprised that so many people did not play it, 16%. I thought that most people played it. Didn't know about it. 5% of people didn't know about it. Now that's also kind of crazy. So yeah. I thought it was an okay questline. Completely broken after update 2.0 because they added hacking the cars, and you can also start shooting outside of the car. So that's why I believe it's broken. You can pretty much eliminate the entire competition. Because let's be honest, Claire was kind of useless. Claire was kind of useless during this quest line. Was she ever able to get any cars? I don't really remember any moment when that happened. But as you can see, that many people finished it. Let's see the comments. So many people calling this questline mid, as if the Type 66 Cthulhu isn't the coolest thing ever. I actually agree. But the name itself is cool, not necessarily the car, because the driving of that car is pretty bad. I mean, to be honest, I haven't used it in a long time, so I don't know if they changed it up in the past 2 years. But maybe I'll try it at one point. Alright, next. Have you played Phantom Liberty? 19% of people did not play, and I believe part of it is due to the fact that many people play on the old consoles. They are stuck on update 1.61 as far as I know. So that's probably why they haven't played Phantom Liberty. Then other people did not buy it because they can say it's expensive, right? They can say that, even though it's on sale most of the time from what I've seen. It was on sale, I think it was on sale when I posted this. I think it was the reason why I posted. I mean, yeah, anyways. How many hours have you played Cyberpunk 2077? Starting with 0.1, between 0.1 and 100 hours. Yeah, personally I played over 1,400 hours. Crazy amount, I know, but I played since release. I'm not gonna go into that, but I'm surprised by the amount of people who played over 500 hours. 15%. That's a lot for 24,000 votes. By the way, again, thank you to whoever decided to vote, who wanted to vote, thank you, and obviously for the comments. Let's see one of the top comments. I remember that I bought Cyberpunk in March 2021. I didn't have a job at the time and I was going through a bit of a dark period in my life. Among the few things that cheered me up, there was also Cyberpunk 2077, a video game that best expressed my idea of a post-apocalyptic futuristic open world. Yeah, I don't know how to read. When I opened it for the first time and saw what it could really do, I won't deny that my eyes were watering and I couldn't believe that one of my wishes had actually come true. That's pretty cool. I just hit about 100 hours. Got the game like 2 months ago. Ooh, one fact I realized is that many people just started playing Cyberpunk, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Many people just started playing. I believe if you check on Steam, let me check on Steam. Steam charts. Steam charts, Cyberpunk 2077. Alright. 7 days, 6 months. Okay, so it's kind of losing momentum. But there we have it. For a single player game, 5 years after it was released, now that to me is absolutely crazy. 1,190. 1,400. The combat is too addictive and there are so many builds to try. I desperately need the next DLC. I think at this point we should ask for the next game, right? Because I don't think they're ever gonna make another DLC. Maybe never say never, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Almost 1,800 hours and enjoyed every single minute of it. I can't say that I enjoyed every single minute because some of it is AFK from my time, right? Moving on. Would you install cyberware in real life? 31,000 votes. A new high, I think. Thank you to whoever voted. Thank you for that and for the comments. 25% of the people present in this poll would go full Chrome. And this GIF with David represents them very, very well. Cyber psychosis incoming. Just small upgrades. And I put V getting the Kiroshi because I think it's it's representing the idea of getting something small very well. I was thinking of getting only one Kiroshi, but there is a comment saying that you cannot get one because they covered this idea in the game where there is a shard explaining why you cannot get only one eye, and that's because of the frame rate that eye will take, right? It's gonna make you puke and be sick, right? So I was thinking that maybe I can cover the good eye and only use the Kiroshi, right? Until someone takes control of my Kiroshi and I can use my normal eye after I pluck out my Kiroshi. That's basically how it is. Some people would maybe install cyberware. Yeah. Other people are these who voted no. They are the Reaper dogs. Why am I saying that? If you play Cyberpunk and you check every single Reaper dog, there are some of them who, if you ask, why do you not have any cyberware? It's because they are afraid that at one point all cyberware will be turned off and they won't be able to use it. They will be left with cyberware and useless cyberware at that. So probably some people were thinking about that. So personally I'm between small upgrade and no. Right? I mean, my eyesight is pretty bad. At the end of the day, my eyesight is really bad. I mean, not as bad as other people, I'm not complaining, but yeah, one Kiroshi. Which Cyberpunk life path fits you best in real life? At first I thought that most people are gonna vote Street Kid, but then I realized that many people are employed. Many people are employed at different corporations, so there you have it. There you have it. Corpo with 33%, 25,000 upvotes, or votes, excuse me, not upvotes. Let's see, in real life I grew up comfortably in the suburbs and now work a boring but safe desk job. I don't know if that counts as corpo, but I definitely can't relate to the other two. Y'all are not corpos. 500 votes, that's crazy. Oh my god. Do you think Songbird is evil? It's not because I think about that. Maybe she is kind of. She has bad motivations, as in taking V, someone who's on their deathbed, and using them for, well, for her own benefits. You could say that's a bit evil. She's morally grey, I agree with that. And also, most people agree with that. Now, one thing I want to show you, I don't know how many people know about this, but here we have the old model for Songbird. How many of you know about this? This was discovered years ago, as far as I remember. And, well, I think this is a pretty cool model. Obviously, it doesn't look like she's as cybered up as the current one. And I'm curious what they were thinking when they were creating this one, or when they created this one. What were the differences from that version of the story to this one? Because her being fully cybered, or almost fully cybered up, is a huge part of her storyline. So yeah, it's probably a different version at one point. Now, moving on. Oh, by the way, these images are taken from behind the scenes of the cinematic trailer for Phantom Liberty. Do you think you could survive in Night City? No way, yes, maybe, I don't know. I have seen people saying that maybe and I don't know are the same. Whatever you like to say. I was thinking that maybe people can think about it, can think about some options. I can do this and that or that, and I don't know, no idea, absolutely nothing going on in their mind or something, I don't know, as in ideas. No way. Yeah, I think I would say no way as well. There could be options. There could be options that would allow me to survive. But I'm not sure enough. Maybe in the future I will talk about that on the stream, but we'll have to wait and see. Have you watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners? I don't know what that is. 1%. 1% of 23,000 votes. Thank you to whoever voted. Yes. 82% of people watched it. Let's see the comments. I just finished this anime 2 days ago for the first time. Now I'm depressed. I bought the game just to kill Adam Smasher. This ending was the perfect ad for the game. Watch the anime, now you wanna kill Adam Smasher. Buy the game, now you can kill Adam Smasher. That pretty much sums it up. I agree. Many people are probably thinking the same way. Alright. Oh, by the way, I can probably talk about this. So we have Edge Runners 2 coming out. This is Edge Runners 2. The wallpaper, however you want to call it. I will give a wild theory right here on stream. I believe this one could be related to Dogtown, some characters from Dogtown maybe, the Black Wall, some of the stuff presented in Phantom Liberty. Why do I say that? If you look at the banner or wallpaper for the first Edge Runners, that one is colored similarly to the main game. This one is colored similarly to the expansion. So that's why I'm thinking that this could be something related to that. I could be wrong. I'm not saying that I'm 100% right, but this could be the right line of thinking. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, Edge Runners is definitely an interesting topic. Maybe not to everyone, but to me, definitely. Now, have you played any of the minigames in Cyberpunk? Trauma Drama, Roach Race, Arasaka Tower 3D? Yes, no, I didn't know about them. I'm not surprised that so many people. Dogtown gonna be in Season 2? It's not confirmed, only a theory I have. A theory I have based on this coloring, right? This looks exactly like what they did for Phantom Liberty. This text over here, the red color, all of that makes me think that they will do something related to the story presented in Phantom Liberty. Maybe the Black Wall or Dogtown. We'll have to wait and see, I'm not sure. Now, again, let's see the comments for this post. Have you played any of the minigames? Okay, a bunch of votes. There was one questioning where is Arasaka Tower. I don't remember the exact location. I know it's in the Badlands, Biotechnica Flats, and that one is related to a secret ARG called FF06B5 as far as I know, where if you complete it you get a monster truck. Pretty cool stuff, pretty cool. For the trauma minigame, you get an AV, a trauma team AV in your apartment, which you can play with. Sort of, you can click on a button and it flies around your apartment. You also get the helmet. Now in Roach Race, you get a cowboy outfit and some other stuff. I think a perk shard, cyberware, something small. I don't remember exactly, I think I have a short about that. Either way, moving on. Now this one, oh, I don't know if the music can be heard on stream. I don't know about that. I'm almost at the Witcher songs, but let me play them right now because this is sort of a question related to Witcher. Why am I doing that? I'm curious how many people are interested in Witcher 4. I'm on Cyberpunk right now, grinding Shinobi. Good luck with that. Honestly, I kind of stopped grinding because I'm more interested in the line of dialogues which are cool, some of the secret locations for cyberware and items, iconic items, right? And I'm happy that many people are interested based on how many people are viewing the shorts I post. I posted a bunch of stuff related to Witcher on this channel, but it did not get as much attention. Now, this question. When The Witcher 4 releases, will you play it or stick it with Cyberpunk 2077 and wait for Cyberpunk 2? Yes, I'll play Witcher 4. 14% of people are gonna play it. In case you don't know, Witcher 4 is gonna be related to Ciri. Now Ciri, for those of you who don't know, is apparently the main character. Where am I looking? Wait a second. I have a file about this. Songbird, Mr. Hands, Edge Runners. Wow, I hid it very... Oh yeah, it's here. So, Witcher, Ciri, is the main character of Witcher 4, of the Witcher saga, because they are doing another saga that's probably another 3 games, and she's also the main game of the books apparently. Let me grab the books. We have books here, right? She's the main character of the books. Now I haven't read. I have 3 books, but I read only one. Basically, I bought these books because of the TV show, of the Witcher Netflix TV show, but that one turned into garbage, and now Henry Cavill is not part of it anymore. But yes, she's apparently the main character of the books. She's gonna be the main character of the games. Now only Cyberpunk 27%, to be expected, because people who are watching this channel are watching mainly for Cyberpunk content. So yeah, I'm not surprised about that at all. Not sure yet. Some people are questioning the decision probably for Ciri being the main character, maybe, or they are thinking that they are gonna be interested only in Cyberpunk, maybe. That's probably one line of thinking, and I'll play both. By the way, these GIFs are taken from the CD Projekt Red main channels on these GIF websites. Pretty cool. Let's see what people have to say about this. Based on the prior releases, I'll wait for the polish on both games, but I'll almost certainly pay full price at some point, as CDPR hasn't ever made a game not worth playing. That's very true. I mean, I played only Witcher 3, Cyberpunk, Gwent. Oh my god, Gwent! Gwent is probably the best minigame I've ever played. Maybe. Still, really cool stuff. I really appreciate that Witcher 3 mentions what would later become Cyberpunk. Yes, Ciri mentions this when talking about her journey to different worlds. It happens on the Isle of Mist, or whatever it's called, in Witcher by the end of the game. Pretty cool stuff. Now, honestly, and hopefully it's not gonna be a mistake, I will post Witcher 4 on this channel. Maybe not shorts, I mean, we'll see. We'll have to wait and see what's gonna happen. Probably more people will be interested by the time it releases, because let's be honest, most of the time that's what happens, I think. And if you are not gonna play Witcher, you're just gonna have to wait 4 more years until Cyberpunk 2 releases. Maybe. I don't know. Now, another aspect I wanted to talk about, because it was released this week. Development teams engaged in ongoing projects for The Witcher 4, for Cyberpunk, for Sirius Hadar, shared services, that's GOG, Good Old Games, where they sell the games, and other projects. Now, in case you don't remember what Hadar is a code name for a third, entirely distinct IP. So besides Cyberpunk and Witcher, we also will have whatever Hadar is gonna be. So, there you have it. The project is in the earliest stages, but this is from 2022, a description given by CDPR. And I have seen people speculating that this is gonna be related to something in space. That sounds pretty interesting. We also have a bunch of space games. We do have a bunch of space games, so maybe it's not gonna be that. Sirius is a code name for the game developed by Molasses Flood, set in the Witcher universe and created with support from CDPR. This is gonna be a multiplayer type of game, but also single player one. Now, I've heard the idea of multiplayer being introduced in Cyberpunk. We'll see if it's gonna be introduced here. Now, when it comes to Cyberpunk 2 and Witcher has 444 developers. Witcher 4, that's pretty funny. Then, Cyberpunk has 20 more developers compared to last time. Cyberpunk is in pre-production as far as I know. Let me put this on stream. Cyberpunk entered pre-production phase. That was a while ago. Alright. Other projects, I think they mentioned some ideas behind these projects during one of their investor call, but I don't remember what it was. Right. How often do you this question right here made me laugh for a couple of minutes easily. I did not expect this. How often do you use the photo mode in Cyberpunk? Never. 51% of the votes. And there was a comment that actually made me erupt in laughter. Is this one. Very often to cancel fall damage. Because yes, in case you don't know, nowadays there is a bug where if you fall from a large distance, a huge distance, you can press N to open photo mode and you will not receive any fall damage. I used it a couple of times. That's crazy and cool, and I hope CDPR is not gonna take it out, but they will probably. So yeah, most people do not use photo mode. I don't. I sometimes, rarely use it for thumbnails. I probably used it for thumbnails a few times and that's it. On videos on YouTube, right? And there is a photo mode. 4% of people don't even know that there is a photo mode. I mean, good for them. It seems like these 4% never press N by mistake. I certainly do, many times. Alright. Alright. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that question. Moving on. Which option represents your favorite way of getting around Night City? Cars, bikes, on foot, or dash, double jump, dash? Because if you go, let me check this. Cyberpunk build planner. We have this for Cyberpunk, by the way. You can search for it on Google. And if you go on reflexes, actually let me level it up to 15. 15 is enough. I mean, you can go even higher for this perk, but it's not needed. If you want to invest 5 additional attribute points somewhere else, you can. So you go for this, that, this. Alright, you can use that as well, and this. Okay, so let me go through all of this. The faster you move, the more difficult for enemies to shoot. That's... You get dash, increases when dashing, dodging, okay, but that's something that unlocks the next one. Dash. Dashing, then air dashing. So while in air, you can dash. I also go for this, improves me there, whatever that word is, however that word is pronounced. I don't know how much it changes, but I'm choosing it. And we also have increased vaulting and climbing speed. That's something you should definitely go for. I think I forgot to put it at one point to check it, and I was moving like an old person and I did not know why. So yeah, that's something you need to use. And that's how you will be able to move the same way you can see me moving in some of my shorts, because even today I was accused of using mods, but that's not the case. That's not the case. I am not using mods when it comes to that. Now, would you like CDPR to officially add New Game Plus to Cyberpunk 2077? The only reason I asked this question is because I was curious what people would have to say, and because I saw that what's the name of that space game which I don't remember, the space game which failed, I don't remember. Either way, it received a massive update, and I was thinking that CDPR would probably benefit from the devs introducing New Game Plus. And the community seems to like this idea. 11,000 votes from 20 hours ago. Let's see what the comments have to say. Yes, but only if they want to. What? I don't know how to read. Yes, but only if they want to and implement it correctly. No half-assing. Maybe you should have added a list of things they should do, because the truth is they are watching the stream. That's how it is. They are watching the stream, absolutely. I'm joking. So yeah, that was the last question. That was the last question I asked. Maybe I will do these weekly. I don't know. How much have I streamed? Almost an hour. Almost an hour of me yapping non-stop. That's crazy. I haven't done this in a long time. From the first time I streamed on Twitch, because even right now I'm streaming on Twitch. Both Twitch and YouTube. Something I've never done before. Either way, I will probably continue streaming on Twitch every single day, and I will stream on YouTube on Saturdays, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll see how these are gonna be received. For now, that's basically all I wanted to say, and I'll continue asking questions on the posts here. By the way, in case you don't know, you go from the home tab all the way to the posts if you want to vote, and you're probably gonna get them. These posts, you'll probably get them on the home page, right? So if you want to vote, there is no wrong answer. You can say whatever you like. I don't think I've ever removed any comments from posts. No, I removed one from another channel of mine. Now, I wanted to mention one other thing. What was it? I'm missing my point. Yeah, I'm missing my point. Now, okay, it's fine. Again, I'm gonna stream on Twitch every day of the week, probably until Friday. On Saturday, both on Twitch and on YouTube. Ah, yes. If you have suggestions for questions that I can ask the community, you can add them in the comment section of some of these posts when I'm making them, and if I think the question is cool, I might add it. I might add it to a post. Now, that's about it. I think I'm done for today. Thank you again to everyone who voted on these posts. Thank you. I've never gotten so many votes before, but suddenly many people are interested in Cyberpunk, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, thanks to whoever decided to check the stream. Next week probably, and again, you know the idea.